Hello everyone and welcome to Cozy Sunset Games. I'm Allie. Today we're going to be playing The Sims 4 together, so grab a drink, grab your fuzzy blanket, and come hang out for a while. So today what I'm wanting to do is I want to renovate a base game house, but I want to have a challenge with it. So today I would like to show you James Turner's webpage. So he has come up with a random challenge generators, and today we're going to be doing the Cass family one. So let's generate this. So we have family of an adult, a young adult, a toddler, an infant, and a cat. They're eco-enthusiasts. They live in Oasis Springs. One sim style is rocker. Someone likes fitness and cooking. Someone dislikes the violin. One sim has a default walk, and then one sim must use the random trait generator. I'm more focused on this and what they like. So I'm going to bring you guys in to The Sims with me. Okay, so our family lives in Oasis Springs. These are all one bedrooms. We have 28,000 simoleons. Thinking this one. We will buy it unfurnished. We will go in, we will furnish it ourselves, and we'll change the interior aspects. We can change the colors. I don't want to touch the exterior walls. Give ourselves a bit of a challenge to fit this many Sims into one house. Okay, so this is the Hawes family. This is Mom, this is Sienna. And right now she's holding Sebastian. He's the infant, she's the young adult. This over here, this toddler here is Deidre, and then the father is Lane. And so the father is the one who got the random trait generator, eco-innovator. He's bro loyal and gloomy. And then Mom, she has the market magnet, bro ambitious and macabre. I thought they'd fit pretty well together. So we're going to jump right into build mode here. I'm going to place down some lights just so that we can see everything that's going on here. And I'm gonna figure out the floor layout, and I'll be back. Okay, so I figured out basic floor plan. I put down some filler furniture. This is not what we're gonna end up with. So I've put some of the eco stuff outside here, the recycler and the fabricator. And now I'm trying to figure out what to do with the floor outside. I messed around with the roof a bit. I don't know if I love it, so that might change. Guess we're gonna have to see how things come together here. I was thinking like we could put this up here. I want to try to get a designated space for it, because this is Sienna's life goals, aspiration, you know. Don't mind the doors or any of the colors or anything. I kind of want to start with the kitchen here. So I'm hoping that we don't need the dusty appliances here. That's just so that I made sure that I had enough room for everything. And we have 9,000 to deal with this, and then also outside. So I don't think we're going for top of the line here. I think that we're just gonna go with what's gonna work in this space. Kind of like that. Go with some white appliances. That's not white. I like those. I don't know if I like the color of these now. Oh, the white top. I like that. Smoke alarm, which I always forget. I'm gonna stick it over there for now. I would like to get some top cabinets in here because a family of this size probably needs quite a bit of storage. I would like to try to fit a long one in here. Does go, kind of lines up with the window there. I don't think I like that. Might have to get rid of this window. I think that looks better without the window there. So next up, let's go through the floor. I think that works. Throw a sink in. I think that's starting to look better. Now, what are we gonna do for the back? I would love to do the tile decals around here, but those add up pretty fast. Alright, let's see if it gets too expensive. We might have to change this out. I really like something with baseboards, I think. Those look pretty ornate. Nice beigey gray moment in the kitchen here. Let's figure out some lighting for the kitchen. I'm really thinking pendant lights right here would be really nice. Those don't really give up all that much light, do they? These are from Eco Lifestyle, and they are supposed to be eco enthusiasts. Those might do better here. Let's try something else out over the bar here. I think that we'll carry this over here. Slide a different door in. Now when you walk in, I'd really like a place to be able to put your shoes and like your jacket. So I'm thinking over here. All right, so that's all now figured out. Just a little spot here. Put your clothes. And next up is the living room. So over here, this is from Grange Mudroom. And then this is from its base game. So let's do the tiny living room here. So I'd like to focus on eco lifestyle since they're both supposed to be eco enthusiasts. I don't hate that. But it also can't be too expensive. This is their starting funds. That's a little tighter. Now I want this to look kind of like thrifted. They've gotten it on a budget, trying to reduce their carbon footprint with buying used furniture because they are equal lifestylists. All right, I'm gonna figure out how to make this room look pretty, and I'll check back with you in a sec. So this is the living room and where we're at. I didn't want it to match perfectly. Again, these people, they're into eco-friendliness, and so I imagine that they would have gone thrifting. Not all the wood tones always have to match. I grew up in a thrifty household, and not everything matched all the time, but it all looked good together and it worked together. So this is from Equal Lifestyle. This is from Parenthood. This is from Equal Lifestyle. This is from the Basement Treasures kit. This is from Horse Ranch. This is from, I'm not sure. This is from Backyard Stuff here. So I think it all vibes quite nicely. This is a very small place for this amount of Sims. 4 Sims and a cat. So next up is the dining room. I like the size of the table. I do like this pendant light here. So let's go through and see what we can fit in. This is what I've come up with for the dining room. Put up a little plant over here. Got these chairs, this table, a little cat tree over there. I put the cat bowl over here as well, next to the door. I put in an extra window as well. I just think this would be nice coming to eat your dinner, and you have all this nice view and you can see into the backyard here. And I changed the flooring as well. This is from Outdoor Retreat. I've put it all throughout here except for the kitchen. I do want to go in. I'm pretty sure there's a tiny little fence. And that can be used as like a room separator. Just to help signify, like, this is the kitchen over here. Tiles stop here. We come over into the kitchen. I kept the pendant light over the table here. And I tried to make it so that this wasn't like directly in the center. It was off a little bit. But I wasn't getting it to the right height. So I decided that in the middle is just fine. All right, next up is the parents' bedroom here. I've placed the kitty litter and the bed in here. I don't really know where else I would put it other than maybe the bathroom. But we'll see if it fits in here or if it's gonna fit in the bathroom just fine. I don't think that they would enjoy sleeping on a futon. They're not the most comfortable things ever. I haven't used this bed, I think, ever. Very busy. I do like the white. We can bring in more color around the room by adding some more stuff, because it's a decent sized bedroom. Throw an alarm clock there. I'd also like a lamp on each side. I do like those lamps. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna alt place them. A little candle over here. One thing I don't like in my Sims build is making just everything so perfect and clean and pristine, and I like things to be a little wayward. So the dresser situation up next. These dream home decorator dressers and the shelves and everything, they have had me in an absolute chokehold since they came out. I love them. I tend to use them in a lot of my builds. Now I've put this in. I think a big family like this needs some storage. One thing I don't get is the difference in the shoe sizes here. These ones are from the Dream Home Decorator, and then these ones are from the Mudroom kit. And look at the size of these things, the difference. Huge. It's like the size of a toddler. Maybe in some of these boxes, like little keepsakes, knickknacks, that kind of thing. Favorite books. Some expensive perfumes you don't want the toddler or the infant getting into. Over here, I was thinking maybe I can fit in a desk and a cheap little computer, because we don't have a lot of money left to decorate the kids' room. something that I like to do in my house as well is that if I have the trim in the one room, I like to have it in all the rooms. Because chances are, if they were all white or this beige color and you want to change it, you just paint it. You wouldn't be ripping down the whole trim as well. And I want to add a bit of color. There, I've chosen this nice, just basic dark green. I'm really feeling the green in my builds lately. So let's figure out a light. So we do have these lights, but I don't think it's enough here. And I would like an actual light and not just the little tiny light. Maybe a floor lamp. A small one in this little corner here beside the desk might be nice. And they get the cheap computer. I think that they shouldn't get by this, but we will play test it at the end. All right, so we have just under $2,500 to finish the kids' room and the bathroom. So I went through and I made sure that I had all the major appliances in before we started. So our toddler has a bit of a bumblebee theme right now. So I'm thinking like very yellow, light, and airy kind of. And then the infant doesn't get much of a choice. I don't think they're old enough yet to have a favorite color. I like that. Oh, this is perfect. What better for a little bumblebee than a nice little sunflower? Okay, so this is what I have for the kids' rooms. Little bed there. And again, these people are like thrifty, eco lifestyle innovators. We got some nice decals on the wall. We've got the crib for the infant. We've got the play mat for the infant as well. Not much in this room. We do have these over here, which those they're kind of like child books, and then you can kind of put things into these shelves here as you get them. They're black and yellow to go with our lovely little bee over here. All right, next up is the bathroom, which I don't know how much we're gonna be able to fit in here with $1,100, and then I would still like to do some backyard things if possible. I guess the fabricator could go $1,800. Kind of like work up to that. Okay, I will check back in when I have done more on the bathroom. Okay, so this is all I have for the bathroom. We're running pretty tight on our budget right now. So we have just sink. I need to throw in toilet paper. So we have the mirror and the sink, little paper towel, hand towel bar. We got a sink. We got just like bath stuff and some kids' towels here. And then the bathtub as well. Okay, so next on our list is the outdoors. And I have no idea what I'm going to do with this floor tile. I have no idea what I'm going to do over here. But we shall see. I think I'm going to delete the floor tile. And then I think I'm going to go in with some terrain paint instead. There, I think that looks good. Move this out of the way. Watch out the grills in this game. So that is the perfect spot for a grill. I like that one. Again, these people are all about the equal life. Right now I'm looking to see if it might be a picnic table I like. I do like that. Now onto this. I do not like this at all. You know what? I might not mind bringing this outside. I think that would be a good call, maybe. Or we go full send and we use the Adventure Awaits one, so that it actually looks like a deck. I like that. I'm gonna change out the color of these stairs. Same back here. I would like to change out the foundation as well. I didn't like the harsh contrast of the black. I'm gonna delete these as well. I think we're just gonna bring back from out back just this terrain paint. And then not a fan of the landscaping. I think it's very minimal. We can get some free landscaping from Debug. I was iffy on the shape at the start, but it's growing on me. It's starting to grow on me. All right, I'm gonna take care of the landscaping and maybe finish up outside, and I'll catch you guys in a minute. Okay, so this is the house. I did go off camera and delete a couple of things because I realized we didn't have an outdoor trash can. And we kind of need one of those, although I frequently forget to put one. So this is the outside. Quite a bit of debug landscaping out here. Not a lot of money to work with. And we go through the door here. And immediately we're in the kitchen and the bar space here. Got a little place to hang up your shoes and your coat over here. This is the living room. And I know that it's a big thing in the Sims community where wood textures have to match. And wood colors have to match. And I'm not like that. And I don't think these people will be like that either. So I'm definitely kind of imagining them as people who go out and thrift. Over here is our little dining room. Over here is our kitchen. I put a little stool there from Debug. Thought it was a cute little add-on there. They do have a toddler. And then we have this in here. A Debug plunger, because why not? Just a simple little bathroom. Again, we were kind of running out of budget by the time we got here. Some curtains. Then over here is the kids' bedroom. So that's the infant's crib, and then the toddler's bed over here. Again, she's in her Bumblebee era. And then, so these two things here, these are from Debug. And they're actually part of the base game Debug, even though they're the paper mache things from Adventure Awaits. So if you don't have that game, you can still get these in Debugs. You can't make them, but you can decorate with them. Got some toys on the floor there, which if you do download this house, they're always going to be trying to put them in there. So for show, for now, got the kids' little playmat there. Some nice decals on the wall. Thought flowers would be good for our little Bumblebee. And out and around here, there's the front door. This is the kitchen, pretty simple. I do like how it turned out, kind of like a galley-ish style kitchen. I did remove that window there. It wasn't fitting the vibe. This is the master bedroom. That's where we have like the kitty litter and the cat bed there. Over here is like a dressing area. And then we have just a cheap computer over here. And then there was a candle sitting there, but I deleted it for the outside trash bin there. Got a nice little alarm clock here in case they gotta get up early. Then there's the food bowl. Some cookies in a jar there. And out here, just little places to plant stuff. All this is Debug gardening back here. All plants. Same with any of the trees you find around. I pop them in from Debug. We got a nice little awning here with a picnic table and a little barbecue. And then a little toddler pool here. Some yoga, some water balloon bucket here. My terrain paint got deleted. I did not delete that. I remember that I had the desert pavers, I think it was called. Desert pavers, yeah. Sims 4 is not glitchy. Even though it deleted my terrain paint. I've never had that happen before. Did it delete it from the front too? It did. Why did it only delete the one, not that darker one I have there? And from over here too. I don't even remember what I put down here. I think it was something different. I don't think that's what was there before, but I think it looks fine. Anyways, after that lovely little mishap there, let's continue. So all this is debug over here. I like to get debug plants and rocks, yes, because they're free, but also because I don't like having such like a strong boundary here, especially when we don't have any neighbors. So I like being able to come off the lot a little bit, and you can do that with debug stuff. And then just a little picnic basket over there. What I would like to do out here, if I had more of a budget, I'd like to have a little pool out here. But we're starting off with this family starter budget. And come up here, nice weed plant there. And then we have the recycler and the fabricator machine. Again, these people are eco-innovators. And then the debug plants. And I didn't do the ceilings because, I don't know. I've never really lived in a place that painted the ceilings. They're always white. So I tend to leave my ceilings white as well. Alright, and so here's the family again. Our little bumblebee over there. We got our cat. We got our infant. We got our young adult. And we got our adult, which she does not seem very impressed, but he seems okay. Alright, so this is their new house. Alright everybody, that is where I will leave you today. Thank you so much for watching. And remember to always stay hydrated, loves. Have a good rest of your day.